everybody, and welcome to I Have Music in Me. I'm Peter Stewart, and I'm your host. And boy, oh boy, are we excited, because we are starting up again. And we're in the old BevCam studio. That's right, the new one's downtown. But this one here is the one in the high school, and we're very happy to be here because when I was at the Rotary meeting on St. Patty's Day, I saw this guy sing again. And I said, hey, I got to get you back. And so he said, I can't do it. I said, why not? He goes, because I'm going to Lucerne. I'm going to Switzerland. So we couldn't do it. But finally, we got him back. And so, ladies and gentlemen, this show is I Have Music in Me, and Tony Walsh has music in him. And he is so happy to share it with you. Here's our guest, Tony Walsh.
Hi folks, lovely to see you all, although I can't actually see you. But yeah, I've lived on the North Shore for 30 years now, more than that, 89. Lived in Hamilton for a long time and moved to Gloucester 8 years ago. Happy to be here. Thank you, Peter.
Oh, you're welcome, Tony. Now, we want you to do the 4 songs, and the first song is called Black Velvet
Band,
about a woman wearing a black velvet band. Can you tell us about that song, please?
I first heard it in the late 60s by a group called the Dubliners,
yes,
who made Irish music very popular.
Wait a minute, the late 60s?
That's
when music was good. Go ahead.
And, but the Dubliners made the song out as if it was from Dublin. And it's not, it's from Belfast. And the only reason I mention that is because the song, it's classic Irish song, English folk songs go on forever, 5 million verses. Irish folk songs, they're very smart. What they use, they whittle them down. And sometimes they whittle them down so much that the lyrics don't make a heck of a lot of sense. So to give you a bit of backdrop for Black Velvet Band, it's worth knowing that at that time, the laws in Northern Ireland were different to the laws in England. They were trying to populate the colonies, not America so much as Australia. I think they'd lost America by then. And but anyway, so all you had to do was the trivial crime, belch in public, and you'd find yourself on the way to Van Diemen's Land, which is Tasmania, or somewhere in Australia. So in England, anyone could be sent. Men, women, children, pack them off. In Northern Ireland, women were not sent. So a lot of the crime in Belfast, the crime gangs going around pickpocketing in the 18th century, was women. And because they wouldn't get transported. Oh. And that's what this song is about. It's about a woman who's actually trying to avoid, she gets a young man drunk, and then she doesn't want to even go to prison. So she kind of uses him as a stooge. But in the end, both of them get sent off. And she's the Black Velvet Band because of the band she wears around her hair.
Well, thanks, folks. We're excited about hearing the new song from when? 1968?
Well, the Dubliners didn't write it. It's an old song.
Old song, yeah. Really old song called Black Velvet Band. Thank you. Here's Tony.
As I went a-walking down Broadway, not intending to stay very long, I met with a frolicsome damsel as she came a-tripping along. A watch she took from her pockets and slipped it right into my hand. On the very first day that I met her, bad luck from the Black Velvet Band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair, it hung over her shoulder, tied up with the Black Velvet Band. For judge and jury next morning, the both of us then did appear, when a gentleman claimed his jewelry, the case against us it was clear. 7 long years transportation, right on down to Van Diemen's Land, far away from me friends and me family, both me and the Black Velvet Band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. and her hair it hung over her shoulder, tied up with the black velvet band. So come all you jolly young fellas, a warning now take from me. Whenever you're out on the town, me boys, beware of those pretty colleens, for they'll feed you strong ales and porter until you're unable to stand. And the very next thing that you know, me boys, you're bound out for Van Diemen's Land. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair, it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds, I thought her the queen of the land. And her hair, it hung over her shoulder, tied up with a black velvet band.
Oh my goodness, that was great. Tony, you can play the guitar too. That is just wonderful. Really, way to go. And D is my favorite key. Now let's see what's next. Oh yeah, you have can you tell the audience out there about your start in the music business, like with when you learned the guitar, and when you started singing? That's interesting.
I'm Irish by background, but my accent is England because I was born and raised in the English foster care system, as it happens, but that's a whole other story. My foster father, my second foster father, used to run a folk club back in about 1965 in Manchester in England, which is my accent, and I learned to play guitar by watching the people at the folk club. Back then it was all Tom Paxton and Peter, Paul and Mary and Bob Dylan, and of course all the Irish music. So I learned all the Irish songs then, as well as from the BBC. The BBC schools used to do, back in the 50s, used to do a massive amount of schools programming based around folk music from all over the British Isles. So most of the songs that I'm singing tonight I learned 60 years ago.
Yes, and you can still play the way you played 60 years ago, which is good. Now, we're going to do our second song, which is Tony going to sing a song called The Ash Grove. Can you tell us about this song now?
This is a fascinating song. Everybody knows the tune. Dum bum bum ba da bum bum. But the origins of the song are fascinating. It's a Welsh song, and the ash tree for Celts and for the Vikings was the tree of life. And for the Welsh, it was actually the tree. You would go to the ash grove to communicate with your ancestors. And that's what the ash grove is about. The words to this song are worth listening to. They're probably much newer than the tune, but it's the lyrics, which I don't know where they come from, but they're just flat out gorgeous and always bring a tear to my eye, because I always think of my foster father and my other foster so I'm getting a tear to my eye now. But a fabulous song, Peter.
Well, that's one of the reasons what makes you a good musician, is that you're sensitive, right? All right, so here is Tony with The Ash Grove.
The ash grove, how graceful, how plainly 'tis speaking. The harp through its playing has language for me. Whenever the light through the branches is breaking, a host of kind faces is gazing on me. The friends of my childhood again are before me. Each step wakes a memory as freely I roam. With soft whispers laden, its leaves rustle over me. The ash grove, alone is my home. My lips smile no more, my heart loses its lightness. the dream of the future my spirit can cheer. I only would brood on the past and its brightness. The dead I have mourned are again living here. From every dark nook they press forward to meet me. I lift up my eyes to the broad leafy dome, and others are there looking downward to greet me. The ash grove alone is my home. The ash grove alone is my home.
Well, I love that melody. That's a great song, Tony. Thanks for singing that. Oh, my goodness. Now, Tony, can you talk about what you did, where you've sung in this world?
I learned to sing through choirs. At my middle high school, which was all boys, I sang all 4 parts from the age of 11 to the age of 17. And I learned a little bit about reading music, and I really didn't sing much. I didn't have a lot of confidence in my voice. I wrote a lot of songs through the 70s, and I used to sing with a woman called Gillian Lowe. And we put together an album back then, more of a folk rock album, but she did all the singing.
1 second. An album is made out of vinyl for all of you young ones out there. It's 33 1/3 revolutions per minute. Okay? That shows that Tony is a real seasoned musician. Excellent.
So,
and how did that go?
What happened was, just as it was finishing, I met my American wife on vacation over here in 81. We met in July 81 and we were married in May 82. And our first child was born in December 83, and I moved here for good in 84, and I had to make some money. So I moved into the computer business from the teaching business, and really music was sidelined, except when we moved to Hamilton in 89, one of my neighbours was running a singing group called the Solstice Singers, and he heard me playing guitar on the porch, and he asked me to join the group, which I did. Peter became the leader of the Solstice Singers for many, many years. Peter really encouraged me to sing. He used to ask me to do solos. I had very little confidence in my voice. I didn't think I had a good voice, but singing with the group taught me how to use my voice. Peter doesn't know how much he and some of his successors as well
thank you very much.
have taught me the different flavours of the voice, to listen to yourself when you're singing, to listen to what's going on around you. And I got enough confidence in my voice that in about 2000 I formed a group called I was asked to join a group called Snowdonia, which was founded by Carol McIntyre, the local harpist. And Larry Plitt and I played with Carol for a few years. We made a CD called First Snow by Snowdonia. After that broke up, my wife, Anne Walsh, and a lady called Chris Leghorn, and I formed a group called the Naughty Celts. And for 10 years, we did all kinds of gigs all over the North Shore, mainly with Michael O'Leary in Manchester, and O'Neill's with Larry Young, and St Patrick's Day stuff. And for my children, we do an annual Robert Burns party every year, which we've done I've been doing it since the 70s. And it's again all kinds of music, and my children, they're all grown up now, but my grandchildren love it now.
Oh my gosh, Tony has grandchildren. So I knew his kids. I knew his wife, Anne, and she's a wonderful lady. And then he had Tegan and Kieran.
That's right.
Right, and they've moved out.
Well, Tegan and her husband and 2 grandchildren, I rent the bottom path of my 2-family house to them in Gloucester.
They moved downstairs.
And my son Kieran and his wife moved to Switzerland.
Yeah, that's why he was in Switzerland.
That was why he bought me a ticket to go in. He said, Dad, I bought us 2 tickets to the opera. And I said, oh, we got to New York. He said, no, Dad, you're coming to Zurich. That was last April. So, thank you, son. It was a dream. especially spending time with my other grandchildren.
So he spent time with Wagner and his grandchildren, and now he's all rejuvenated again. Coming back from Switzerland, and he's going to sing a song. I call it The Handsome Rover. What's it really called?
It's called Carrickfergus, very famous.
It's a very famous song, and you're going to sing kind of like about a man who's growing up, right?
Yeah, I'd say that's a good description. It's one of those, again, where a lot of the words have been knocked out of it to make it bearable. And so the words are a little confusing. But yes, it's about a man growing up. The song The Water is Wide was based on this. Oh. So you'll notice in the, the Carrickfergus has got an A part and a B part. And the B part sounds like The Water is Wide.
Oh, good.
Carrickfergus came first. Like the first song, it's from Northern Ireland. The second song was from Wales. The last song I'm going to do is from Tipperary in Southern Ireland. But that's another story.
There you go. So here's Tony with his third song.
Here we go. I wish I was in Carrickfergus, only for nights in Ballygrant. I would swim over the deepest ocean, only for nights in Ballygrant. But the sea is wide and I can't cross over, and neither have I the wings to fly. I wish I could meet a handsome boatsman to ferry me over, my love to find. My childhood days bring back sad reflections of happy times spent so long ago. My boyhood friends and my own relations have all passed on like the melting snow, and I spend my days in endless roaming. Soft is the grass, my bed is free. Oh, to be home now in Carrickfergus, on that old long road down to the sea. But in Kilkenny it is reported on marble stones they're as black as ink, with gold and silver I would support her. But I'll sing no more now till I get a drink, for I'm drunk today and I'm seldom sober, a handsome rover from town to town. Ah, but I'm sick now, my days are numbered. Come all ye young men and lay me down.
Wow, that song is great because it's about growing older, and I know about that. Oh, yes. We all know about that. Now, the next song, we were going to stop at 3, but here's the good thing. Tony actually said, can I do one more song? And I'm really glad he did, because this is a song not written by we don't know who, not anonymous from Northern Ireland or Southern Ireland. This is actually written by Tony. And this song is called Michael Walsh's House.
I never knew my grandfather. I was raised in the foster care system. I never knew my family because, born out of wedlock, my mother was ashamed to take me home. And I haven't seen her since I was 12. But as I grew into my 20s, I really wanted to kind of touch base with my family. Wasn't able to, but my foster father helped me. We tried all kinds of things. The nuns, there were no records of my birth. I didn't even have a birth certificate.
Wow.
And eventually I got one, obviously. They butchered one together for me. But an ad in the Irish Post produced a response, and many responses, and one of them was my mother. It wasn't my mother, it was someone from her family. And we knew it was her because he had a photo. And my foster father and I both knew what my mother looked like. And since then, DNA proves, 23andMe, and that proves that I'm part of that family. So in about 2002, I was on the phone with some of my relatives in County Tipperary. And they told me all about my grandfather, who I would love to meet. Because I asked them, I said, was anyone in the family musical? And they said, no, except for Pappy. And they said, our house was a rambling house. Every Saturday night, people would come round and they'd bring bread and a drink, and he'd get his squeeze box out and we'd sing songs. It was a rambling house, which was an expression I'd never heard, and you'll hear it running through the song. So I went away and wrote this song, Michael Walsh's House, because that was my grandfather's name.
That's great. Here's my grandfather's house. Here's Tony. Enjoy it. We'll end the show with this song.
My grandfather's house was a rambling house in County Tipperary. On a Saturday night, old Michael would stand with a smile on his face and a bottle in his hand. He'd play his song, My Grandfather's Clock, and his squeeze box would sound like this. La 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 la. I messed that up, I'm sorry. I haven't done it in a while. Can we do that again? My grandfather's house was a rambling house in County Tipperary. On a Saturday night, old Michael would stand with a smile on his face and a bottle in his hand. He'd play his song, My Grandfather's Clock, and his squeeze box would sound like this. La 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 la. My grandfather's house was a rambling house in County Tipperary. On a Saturday night, our Anne would be there with a loaf of bread and a flower in her hair. She'd find herself a stool and sip a cup of tea, and her voice it would sound like this. La 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 la. My grandfather's clock was too tall for the shelf, so it stood 90 years on the floor. It was taller by half than the old man himself, though it weighed not a pennyweight more. It was bought on the morn of the day that he was born, and was always his pleasure and pride. But it stopped short, never to go again, when the old man died. Grandfather's house was a rambling house in County Tipperary. On a Saturday night, old Tony could be heard a-singing to himself and a chewing on his beard. He'd tap his fingers and scratch his bald head, and his guitar would sound like this. La 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 la.
Well, we want to thank Tony for coming on our show. We really, really, really want to thank him because the songs that you brought today are so beautiful. The melodies are beautiful. You can sing them. You still play the guitar. It's really great to see somebody like that, isn't it? So this is Peter Stewart signing off. Thanks for watching. See you next time.